Never recorded the daggone thing. So write a simple sentence about something that you are not sure about, that you feel uncomfortable about. I'm sorry, I didn't, the first hour it wasn't recorded. I didn't press the record button. So we're gonna miss the first hour. If you're watching this on YouTube, the first hour, I forgot to push the record button. All right, so give me a simple sentence about something that you are not sure about. You still need some more information, some more clarity about. It still doesn't make sense to you. All right. So for example, I am confused when to use so as a coordinator. I am confused about when to use so as a coordinating conjunction. So that would be an example. I am confused about subject verb agreement when there's a compound conjunction. I am not sure when to capitalize nouns. Something like this. So I want a simple sentence. Give me good sentence structure. All right. Simple sentence now about something that we covered in the course that you're still not sure about. All right, Jude Ali says, I can't use punctuation accurately like this. All right, so the forward slash, I'm confusing about part of speech. I think I need to practice it. Okay, so Jude Ali, remember Jude Ali, no conjunctions. Excuse me, no contractions. I'm sorry, no contractions. I cannot use punctuation accurately. I cannot. So, and different teachers are going to feel different about this. I believe the British, I'm not sure because I've heard British people say the same thing. So I'm going to stick with the general rule, do not use contractions in academic English. So I cannot instead of I can't. I cannot use punctuation correctly. All right. So Jude Ali, open your mic for a second, please.
Yes.
So you want to know when to use the forward slash? Jude Ali?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, do you want to know when to use the forward slash?
Yes.
Yeah, the forward slash is not a punctuation that you will ever need in academic English. It really isn't. It just really isn't a punctuation that you really should be concerned about. Yeah, it really isn't something. A forward slash is not really something that you really need to worry about. Often is used for I'm just trying to confirm with Grammarly for a second. Yeah, so it's basically, so a forward slash is really only used in like poetry or plays to show this is based on Grammarly. The only time it is appropriate to use a comma after a slash is when you demonstrate breaks and lines of poetry, songs, or plays. All right. Often we use a slash is when you use a formal or informal text. It is meant to indicate the word. Yeah, so like if there's, and we don't do this in academic writing, is when we give the reader a choice of the words. Like there was a time where people would say his, her, right? His, her. If you didn't know the gender, we don't do that anymore. It's considered improper English or non-formal English to do that. So it really, there's not going to be a time in academic writing that I can think of. I'm looking here where you use the slash. Sometimes you say it for abbreviations like care of or without, but again, you would not do that in academic writing anyway. So like you might see this, look in the chat, you might see someone do that, and that will stand for without. But in academic writing, you would write that out. All right. So the forward slash basically indicating the conflict. Denote dates. Yeah, I mean we do use it for dates. So like I might say but that's normally in the West, like in America, we might say today's date would be August 15th, 2022. Right. But again, in formal English, we really don't use the forward slash. Yeah. So I don't know if you had an issue with the forward slash particularly, but don't lose any sleep about not knowing when to use the forward slash. It's not something that we use as a convention in academic English. Is there another punctuation mark that you're having issues with? Jude Ali?
No, thank you, teacher, for this information.
The main ones for academic English is the full stop, the question mark. We rarely use exclamation point in academic English, rarely. And then the comma. The comma is the big one. All right, that's the one that people misuse, and we went over that. I'll refer you back to the comma presentation that we made. And then also colons and semicolons. So it's good to know when to use a colon, and semicolon. We talked about semicolons. Remember, semicolon semicolon is that little mark there. And they're only used in academic English to replace conjunctions. And they're only used maybe once or twice in a academic body of work, written academic body of work. So we don't use them one time, if at all. If you can avoid using a semicolon, avoid it. Just write the conjunction out. All right. So semicolons you don't use a lot, if at all. So again, nothing really big there. Colons we use to present a series or list. What I'll do is I will post a infographic on when to use a semicolon and when versus a colon. But the big one that you really need to know how to use is the comma. And we talked extensively about that. Go back and look at the presentation in the Google Classroom about punctuation use. We spend most of our time talking about when to use the comma. Also, you can go back and listen to the recorded lesson. I believe that was last week or the week before last. All right, let's see what else we have. Regda says, I'm confused. I'm confused. Not I'm confusing, Regda. I'm confused. I am confused. Okay, Regda. Not I am confusing. All right, I'm confused. All right. We can say I am confusing this with that. So I'm confusing llama beans with pinto beans. I don't know. I'm confusing Fords with Dodge. I'm confusing Pepsi with Coke. Okay, that's something. But I think what you're trying to say, Regda, is I am confused about parts of speech. All right. What part of speech are you confused about, Regda?
About the preposition and how to know it, how to know this is a preposition or coordinator conjunction.
Okay, so okay, that's a fair question. Before I answer your question, I'm gonna answer Lubna's question. What's your question, Lubna?
Hey, teacher, why you said I am confused? When we add ed, the sentence will be in the past. So what? I was confused. Not I am confused.
No, here it's I am confused, meaning that I have been confused and I'm confused currently. So I am confused. All right. I'm confused. I am confused about this. All right. I was confused about this, meaning I was confused in the past. But when I say I am confused about it, meaning I was confused in the past and I'm confused now. All right. Or I'm in the state of being confused. All right. All right. Okay. So when you're talking about, if you're saying that you're currently confused, all right, you say I am confused. because confused, confused is not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily mean in the past. All right. When you use confused, I'm trying to think of another word. All right, you're right by saying that ED means the past, but here it's a matter of tense. When you say I am confused, meaning I was confused in the past and I'm currently confused. All right, let's answer Rector's question about part of speech. And I think Rector, you particularly mentioned prepositions, right? Right, Rector? Prepositions?
Yes, yes. And I have another question about part of speech. In every sentence, should be the eight types of part of speech or not?
No. No. Nope. Nope. All right. No, and every sentence doesn't need the 8 parts of speech. Okay. What every sentence needs are subjects and verbs. That's all. All right. So remember, there's a difference between parts of speech and word functions. Okay. A word can have a function in how it functions in a sentence. And then parts of speech is different. Word classes. Okay. All right. So classes and functionality are different. But to answer your question, no, you do not need every part of speech in a sentence. No, absolutely not. The only thing you need in a sentence is a subject, someone doing the action, someone or something doing the action, and the action. That's all you need. Mary speaks. Right? Here you have the noun Mary, but the noun, that's the part of speech. But the function is the subject. You understand, Rector?
Yes.
Okay. Then you have here you have the verb speech. All right, and the function serves as the action of the sentence. Okay. This is a sentence. Mary speaks as a sentence. Okay. Mary speaks to Sarah. Okay. Now we have 2 nouns in the sentence, Mary and Sarah, right, Rector? There's 2 nouns.
Yes.
So Mary is a noun and Sarah is a noun. However, they have 2 different functions. Mary is serving as the subject. Okay. And Sarah is receiving the action here. And we call that an indirect object. Okay, so there's 2 different functions. All right. Now we have this word to. To is a preposition. All prepositions do is show direction. Of an action. Okay. Who is Mary speaking to? Who is Mary speaking to? Sarah. Just shows direction of an action. Conjunctions are different. Conjunctions, Mary speaks to Sarah while she is baking cookies. All right. Now, prepositions show the direction of an action, but conjunctions, while the subordinated conjunction while introduces a different idea, introduces new idea. So that's the difference between a conjunction and a preposition. A preposition shows the direction of an action. Mary speaks to Sarah. The shoe is under the table. What's the preposition? The shoe is under the table. What's the preposition there, Recta? Under. So the dog barks at the boy. What's the preposition? The dog barks at the boy. At. So you show prepositions show the direction, the direction of the action at the boy. However, conjunctions introduce new ideas. Now remember, from the beginning of the course, we said that you have these things called phrases, and phrases modify clauses, right? And we said modify only means gives more information. So your teacher may use the word modify a lot. You might hear that a lot in grammar class or a lot in English, just basic reading class, whatever class. Don't be alarmed. Modify only means to give more information when you talk about grammar. Okay, so that is what prepositions do. Prepositions help to modify a clause. Right, Regna? Prepositions help to modify a clause by showing the direction of the action. The dog barks at the boy. Mary speaks to Sarah. Understood? However, the conjunction introduces a new idea. Mary speaks to Sarah while she is baking cookies. While she is baking cookies is a new idea. So it has a new subject-verb relationship. Okay? Or we could say, Mary speaks to Sarah, but she does not understand her. Okay, so you can see now we got a coordinating conjunction. Now we have a coordinating conjunction, but right, that's showing difference here, the difference in ideas. Up here we have a subordinated conjunction that is, so all subordinated is showing condition, showing the condition or aspect. Okay, and that's the difference between coordinating conjunctions and subordinated, so we talked about. Coordinating conjunctions show the condition, coordinating conjunction coordinates the relationship between two ideas, while subordinating conjunctions modify the main clause. All right, so the main clause here is Mary speaks to Sarah. So this subordinating conjunction introduces the dependent clause, the new idea that gives us more information about the main clause. Whereas the coordinating conjunction coordinates, manage the relationship between the two clauses. In this case, difference. Why? Because the subordinator introduces a dependent clause that's an incomplete thought. So incomplete thoughts can only modify. Whereas a coordinating conjunction introduces a new thought, a new complete thought. But both conjunctions, whether they're coordinating or subordinating, they're introducing new ideas. Subordinators introduce a new idea, a new incomplete idea that modifies. A coordinating conjunction introduces a new idea that shows the relationship between two ideas. All right, so you see the difference. So you got conjunctions serve a function, right? Different types of functions. Prepositions have the function of, or shows what direction an action is going. Okay. Prepositions do not introduce clauses. They only introduce phrases. Only phrases. Phrases are not ideas. Phrases are not ideas. You understand, Rector?
Yes.
So, Rector, what color is the Saudi flag?
Green color
Green and what?
and white.
Green and white. So green and white, you notice how you say green and white? Right,
Yes.
right, okay. So the Saudi, green and white. That's not an idea. Green and white is not an idea. It's just the color of the Saudi flag. But if I said the Saudi flag is green and white, that's an idea. Regda, do you like pizza? Pizza?
Yes. I like pizza.
I like pizza is an idea. Regda, how does pizza taste?
Like what? What do you mean?
How does it taste? Does it taste good? Is it delicious? Is it bad?
It's
Nasty?
delicious.
All right. So you say it is delicious?
Yes.
It is delicious is an idea. But if you said to me delicious, that's not an idea. That's a modifier. You follow me?
Yes.
So if you said to me, if I asked you the question, how does pizza taste? And you just say delicious. You say your response is delicious. That's not an idea. That is a modifier. That's a phrase. That's a modifier. But if you say to me, it is delicious, that's an idea. Because you have subject and a verb. It's complete. So prepositions modify without subject and verbs. Because prepositions are not ideas. Prepositions show us the direction of the action. So if we look here at the sentence, Mary speaks to Sarah, but she does not understand her, we have a prepositional phrase to Sarah, but we also have another idea with a conjunction that's introducing a new idea. All right, let's do one more example so you can see. Roger searched for his keys that were that were above his no. Scratch. Roger searched for his keys that were on his shelf. But he never did find them. All right. Regda, what is the preposition there? Where's the preposition?
On.
On. What's the prepositional phrase?
I don't know.
What's the phrase? What's the prepositional? You know, don't say you don't know, you know. What's the prepositional phrase?
Shelf.
Give me the whole phrase.
His shelf.
Give me the whole phrase.
That were on his shelf.
No. Give me the whole phrase.
The whole sentence from the beginning.
What's the preposition?
On.
What's the prepositional phrase?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, don't say you don't know, you know. What's the preposition?
On. The preposition is on.
What's the phrase? What's the prepositional phrase?
Where on his shelf.
No. I'm gonna ask you again, what's the preposition?
On.
On. What's the prepositional phrase?
I don't know.
You do know. You just told me the preposition is on. You just told me the preposition is on. So what's the prepositional phrase? Start with the preposition. What's the preposition?
On his shelf.
There you go. Don't tell me you don't know. On his
Okay.
shelf is the prepositional phrase will always start with the preposition. The adverbial phrase will always start with the adverb. So on and so forth. Okay. Okay. What's the conjunction? Where's what? Where are the two subjects?
Roger. And keys.
Huh?
Keys.
Keys?
Oh, his
Huh? What's the two subjects?
Roger. is
Roger.
subject.
What's the other subject?
I think the keys.
No, not the keys. What's doing the action?
Searched.
What's doing the, who's doing the action? Who or what is doing the action?
Roger.
And what else is doing the action? How many clauses do you have here?
2 clauses.
No, you got 3 actually. What's the main 2 clauses you have?
The first sentence, then the second.
Okay, so Roger, let's just say Roger searched for his keys. Okay. Okay, Roger searched for his keys. You see that? Subject verb, right? Roger and then search, right? Okay.
Yes.
Then you have that word on his shelf. We said that on his shelf was a prepositional phrase. Okay.
Yes.
Then we said but is the coordinated conjunction, right?
Yes.
So what's the other subject?
Did
Who?
find
No,
them.
no, did is a what? Verb, right?
Verb, yes.
So where's the subject? This is a clause, isn't it? Isn't this a clause?
Yes, it is a clause.
What's the subject of this clause?
Them.
Who's doing the action in this clause?
Roger doing the action, but he didn't find.
But you got 2 clauses, right?
Yes.
All right. We actually had 3, but we'll talk about that later. So in this clause, what's the subject?
Can you read it?
He.
I didn't see it. I think it's however.
No, he. But he. All
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Remember,
okay.
we always have subject verb, right?
I
Now
thought
remember,
you did right, however.
no, that's he. He never.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So subject is he. And then you got the verb did, right? That, remember we said last week, that's a relative pronoun. So that's, oh, come on. That's a relative pronoun. So that is that's the part of speech pronoun, right? However, the function is that it's relative. So it's a subject. It's a relative subject. Relative to who? Roger. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wrong. Is a wrong answer. That relative to keys, right? Right? So that's
Yes.
relative. So Roger searched for his keys. That, what does that represent? Keys. Roger searched for his keys that were, so when you got this is a relative object. And then were is the verb. The reason why it's were is because keys is plural. Come on. It's because keys are plural. Keys are plural, okay? But the main idea here is that I wanted you to see how you have all these different parts of speech, but more importantly, function. Don't worry about parts of speech more than you worry about the function of the word. Because, for instance, Roger here is a noun, right? Keys are nouns. Shelf is a noun, right? Right? So you got 3 nouns. You got 1, 2, 3 nouns. but each noun has a different function. So I don't want you to worry about parts of speech more than I want you to worry about the function of the word in the sentence. Because just because it has a certain part of speech, it probably has a different function. Okay. So I just want you to see the difference between what your initial question of conjunctions and prepositions. Okay. Do you see the difference between conjunctions and prepositions now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right. All right. Omar says, I'm not sure when we use articles. Okay, Omar. Omar. Is Omar there?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So basically, Omar, articles, we use articles to show a couple of things. If we use a and an, we're showing that it's one thing. And that thing is specific. One specific thing, and that in those things we don't know. Okay, we don't know those things. Okay. And those things also have to be countable. So you could say, I need a glass of water. A glass versus, but we would not say, I need a water, because water is not countable. So we say, I need water. May I have a glass of water? Question mark. Or please, may I have some water? Question mark. Okay. I would like an apple. I would like an apple. Okay. I would like to buy apples. Notice I do not use an article because it's more than one. Okay. I use an because my apples begins with a vowel. I would like a cucumber. All right. I would like two cucumbers. So I don't need an article if it's more than one. If it's not countable, you do not need an article. Shahad likes rice. Right? People enjoy sugar. All right. We don't say a sugar. All right. Shahad, Jude is buying a hot dog. Okay. Jude buys hot dogs for her family. Okay. All right. You see the difference, Omar?
Yeah.
Is that, do you still have questions related to? We didn't talk about the. The mall is new. Oh boy, I can't stand it. Jada wants,
Yes.
and this is using your name. Jada wants the Uber driver to take her to the mall so she can buy shoes. All right. Look at this. You got the mall, the Uber driver. Or in this one, you could say, if she knew the Uber driver personally, she say the. So let's change this. Say she doesn't know the Uber driver. She can even say an Uber driver. An Uber driver. In this case, you can use a, and, or the, either one. All right. Actually, it's a Uber because that's not a vowel sound. So a Uber driver or the Uber driver. You use either or. If she knows the Uber driver because of the app, or so let's say she already ordered an Uber and she knows that Solomon, the Uber driver, is coming. But let's say she didn't order the Uber yet. She might say a Uber driver. It's a here because Uber is not, that's not a vowel sound. So we use a instead of and. Okay. And then here, the mall. Why do I say the mall instead of a mall, Omar? Omar. Why do I say the mall instead of a mall? Omar.
Uh,
Did he drop off?
uh,
Why do
because
why do I say the mall instead of a mall?
uh, because she want yeah, she she needs to go to the mall. She need to be specific.
Yeah, so why do I say A instead, I mean, the instead of A? I could say, why do I say A instead of, excuse me, the instead of A?
Because the mall is not countable.
No, Jada, why do I say the mall instead of a mall?
Because the driver know what she mean, which mall.
Yeah, because we're talking about a specific mall. Exactly.
Yes.
Correct. Talking about specific mall. But if it was any mall, then we could say a mall. All right, just take me to any mall. Take me to a mall. Okay, you see the difference, Omar?
Yeah, I want to say that answer, but I didn't know how to say specific.
Okay.
That's word.
Okay, good. So yeah, so the is when you know it and it's a specific one and you know it. A or N is when you don't know or you don't care. Just take me to any mall. Take me to a mall. Okay, I don't care. A mall. Faisalia, Granada, Riyadh Park, a mall. I don't care. Take me to Riyadh Gallery Mall. Take me to the mall. The mall, this specific one. Okay. The reason why I put this little clause here is to show you that so here is what? Is it a subordinator or a coordinator? Anyone? What conjunction is so here? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, Rector.
Coordinator.
No, it's not a coordinator. We use coordinators to show what? Cause and effect relationship for so. All right. So it has to be a subordinator because here is showing purpose. Why is she going to the mall? To buy shoes. Remember, so write this down. I said this a lot over the last couple of weeks. So as a coordinator, this daggone thing drives me nuts. So as a coordinator is cause and effect. So as a subordinator is purpose. Here, we know she's going to the mall. Why? To buy shoes. So that's purpose. Also, if I'm not clear, I'm not sure, I can add the word that after so. Jada wants the Uber driver to take her, or a Uber driver to take her to the mall so that she can buy shoes. So if I can say so that, then you know it's a subordinator. Also, we know it's a subordinator because there's no comma here. So no comma after before so means or should mean that it's a subordinator. A comma before so would mean that it's a coordinator. Okay. So you understand the difference in articles now, Omar?
Yeah,
Omar.
teacher, thank you.
All right, let's see. Omar, Shahad, I need to practice writing and critical thinking skills. All right, Shahad. Yes, so good point, Shahad. The best way to improve your writing, Shahad, is through practice. The more sentences, more sentences, writing. writing, and then writing some more. That's the only way you can improve it. And it does not come overnight. Okay. So don't get frustrated if you're not learning how to write overnight, right away. It doesn't happen that way. Writing is extremely difficult. It is extremely, 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 extremely difficult. This is why I say first, learn, read, speak, understand, get experiences, then build your writing over time. You will perfect your writing over time. The more you read, that's why I have you do the read theory. The more you read, the better writer you become. The more you speak, the better writer you will become. Because when you read, you develop your vocabulary. You also understand more context, more situations, and how to communicate regarding those situations in English. This is why I say watch the news, read theory, watch movies, so you can understand, pick up the vocabulary, and then know what vocabulary to use to describe and explain different situations or your different experiences based on different situations. So the best thing to do is read and watch movies and watch the news. Okay. As you do that over time, your writing will improve because you have the right words to use to explain different situations. Okay, Shahad?
Okay, thank you.
Your critical thinking will come as you read and you think about what you're reading. That's when your critical thinking comes. When you watch movies, you think about, oh, what would I do in this situation? Oh, why is this guy's the good guy? And why this guy's the bad guy? Why did he do this? What was the reason? Was there a better way of doing that? What was this guy's purpose? You know, did he rob the bank for a good reason or a bad reason? When the more you read, and the more you see different situations, the better you will become at critical thinking. The good thing about critical thinking is we don't think in a language. Okay, so you don't think in English, you don't think in Arabic, you don't think in French, Spanish, you don't think in language. We think in human situations. So whether you're Chinese, whether you're from Saudi Arabia, from Colombia, from England, from Romania, from Mexico, America, Canada, it doesn't matter. We all think like human beings. Language only allows us to, the language only tells us what words to use and the structure to use those words. Okay. So you can critically think without knowing English because we use critical thinking all the time in every language. So keep on reading, Shahad. Your critical thinking skills will come. Keep on writing, but mainly reading and then speaking and talking and building your vocabulary. Lubna says I need to practice more listening. Again, the same advice I just gave Shahad. Okay. Mazan, I haven't heard anything from you today. No sentences, no anything. Are you okay? Mazan?
Yes, I tried. I think, but
All right. So sorry, just take your time. And also remember, everyone, that everyone learns at their own pace. Okay. When you get in the class, some people in English class, in every class, not just English, biology, math, Islamic studies, every class, some people will learn faster than you, and some people will learn slower than you. Don't go by how fast someone else understands and get upset. Run your own race, okay? Learn at your own pace. The only thing that I will ask you to do is practice. Practice gets you close to perfection. You will never be perfect. No one's ever perfect, but it gets you on the road to perfect. It gets you on that road to perfect. You won't head to perfection if you never practice. Okay. All right. So practice, practice, practice. Don't just rely on the teacher or the class. That I cannot teach you anything. My job is just to put the information in front of you and all of your teachers. You always teach yourself everything, whether it's math, biology, English, every subject you teach yourself. The more that you're interested, the more that you practice and you try, the more likely you'll understand and become sufficient and satisfactory and above satisfactory and good and excellent at whatever you're trying to do. Right? Your comprehension, your competency, all these are based on how much practice you're willing to put in. Okay. All right. It is 3:08 now. We took no breaks. We went 1 hour without breaks. I was going to do a reading comprehension in a breakout room, but I think I won't do that because I didn't give you any breaks today. So I think what we'll do is for homework tonight, I want you to try to answer the questions and listening. If you go into, no, I'm sorry, if you go in, let me make sure I'm telling you the right thing. If you go into the reading comprehension tab, if you go into the reading comprehension tab, okay, if you go into the reading comprehension tab, there is a assignment for today that says group reading comprehension. All right. So under the reading comprehension tab, there's an assignment that says group reading comprehension. We were going to do that today, but I was more concerned about what we did today. So we didn't have time. We have time to do it now, but I didn't give you a break. So I want to end the class early because I did not give you guys a break today. So what I want you to do for homework is do that assignment that says reading comprehension, group reading comprehension. That will be the first thing that we will do tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will put everyone, we'll go into breakout rooms, first thing, and then you will check your answer with your people in your breakout rooms. And then we will come back and check the answers as a group. So I'm expecting everyone to do their homework tonight. Again, the homework is under the reading comprehension tab. There's a link for an assignment, or there's a download for an assignment. Do that assignment. Tomorrow we will go, the first thing we will do after attendance, we will break out into rooms and you will check your answer with your peers, with your friends, and then we will come back and review the answers. And then I think we'll do a survey that Miss Nejla from the Student Affairs Office would like for you guys to do. And then we'll answer and fill in any questions that you guys have. So I want you to do two things for homework tonight. I want you to complete that reading comprehension under the reading comprehension tab in the Google Classroom. And I want you to have at least 5 questions for me tomorrow about anything related to university. Anything related to university or English. I want 5 questions. 5 questions from everyone about anything related to university or English. So you're going to do 2 things tonight. You're going to complete that reading comprehension that's under the reading comprehension tab in the Google Classroom. It's listed as group reading comprehension. And then I want you to come up with 5 questions about university or English. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, Trad. Any questions?
No.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today. My apologies for not giving you a break, but I was so into your questions or your statements that you made that I wanted to make sure I clear those up for you. Make sure that you go back and listen to the previous recordings. If you didn't understand something or you need to re-listen to it. All right. We'll see you guys, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow.
Doctor,
Yes.
tomorrow we will answer the read comprehensions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go into breakout rooms first. You're gonna review the answers with your peers, and then we're gonna come back in a group and review the answers.
Okay.
I mean, as the whole class. All right, we'll see everyone tomorrow, inshallah. Have a good day. Be safe. If you're driving, I want you to drive politely, follow the rules, no overtaking, wear your seatbelts, be kind, be polite, drivers. Right, Trad? Trad, I know you drive.
Okay.
You drive. I know you drive crazy, Trad, don't you? You drive out of traffic.
No.
This is Trad. I know.
No.
Omar drives correctly. I know
Yes,
Omar.
I think Omar do that. I think.
Yeah. Yo, Omar, he drives crazy.
Yes.
Jude Ali drives crazy too. She drives like, and I know Jada. Jada's probably all.
Dr. Ray, I want to say something.
Yes.
Tomorrow at morning, I have an exam in driving. Wish me luck.
Oh, you
For
got a
the-
driving. Okay, we're gonna all make dua for you. We're gonna all pray for you that you pass your test and that God
Thank you.
keeps you. That God keeps you. Allah keeps you safe on the road. So yeah, everybody wish Jada good luck. Pray for her in her driving test. All right. We know you will do well. You will do well. Okay, we will see everyone tomorrow. Masalama.
Shalom.
Now.